For today, I'm going to be doing the booktube newbie tag. To make it more interesting, or maybe more chaotic, we'll see, I thought it would be a good idea for me to paint while I answer these questions, because I can't ever just let myself do one thing at a time. I don't know exactly what I'm painting yet, but I was inspired by the sunrise this morning. It was a beautiful sunrise, so I thought I would paint something along those lines. I'm not going to be painting clouds, because I cannot paint clouds to save my life, and I don't want to ruin this art that I'm going to create, and I don't want to get angry at myself for not being able to paint clouds, so I'm just not going to try. Let's get into the first question while I decide which color to start with. Why did you start this channel? Now, I started this channel quite a while ago, actually, like 3 years ago or something. And I just started this channel because I wanted to make videos. I just like making videos, I enjoy it. So I started the channel and I started posting random videos. And for a really long time I had no idea what I wanted to make videos about. I started this channel just because I really like to make videos, and now I finally decided that I wanted to want to make videos about books and like movies, and you know, I'm really not very good at picking a thing, because I said I want to make videos about books and then I decided no, I'll just throw movies in there as well. And apparently music, because I did a reaction to Lana Del Rey's new album, the previous one. I know there's a new one coming out any moment now in July. I lost my pencil. So yes, I just really wanted to make videos, so I started a channel and I started making really bad quality videos, and over time they got somehow worse and better at the same time. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Nothing really. I'm not really that interesting of a person. My life is pretty boring. I don't really do much. So, I don't know, maybe just my chaotic personality. I feel like that's probably all I can really offer. Other than that, maybe some interesting thoughts on books and movies and things. But other than that, I don't really have a lot to offer. So I'm not really sure why I'm on the YouTubes, because it seems like people on here really can offer a lot to the people, and I just don't really have much to give. So all in all, fun and exciting things that I can bring to, what is it, booktube? Maybe some interesting books compared to what everybody else is recommending, because somehow it seems like everybody is recommending the same books all of the time. Next question. I'm really blazing through these questions. Also, sorry, the wind outside today is just like that, the scene in Mary Poppins where the one lady is hanging onto the fence while the wind blows everybody else away. That's what the wind is like outside my house today, or in the town that I live in. Where do we want to put purple? Is this even purple? This is like pinky purple. I don't really know what's going on here. Anyway, next question. I'm really blazing through these questions, and I feel like I'm gonna have finished all of the questions before I'm even near finished my painting. What are you most excited for about this new channel? That I finally figured out what I want to do on YouTube. I think that's what I'm most excited about. As I said, for a long time I really had no idea what I was doing on YouTube. There was a lot of times where I just wanted to quit and delete my entire channel and disappear off the internet forever. But I finally figured out now what I actually enjoy talking about and what I can actually make videos about that I don't want to cringe at every time I think of them. So I think that's the most exciting thing for me. but also that I can share my book love with other bookish people, aka you watching this video, and maybe recommend some books to you that you've never heard of, or just recommend to you all the books that everybody else and their mom is also recommending. I will try my very best not to just recommend what everybody else is recommending, just for the sake of there being so many books in the world and then everybody decides to talk about the same 2 books. I actually had a different plan for this painting, but now it's all sort of just going its own way, like Fleetwood Mac. I don't really know what I'm doing here, because these colors are not really lending themselves to the palette that I was going for here. This is a nice color. This is the kind of color that I was looking for. I've never used that paint color before. Quite clearly, because otherwise I would have known to start with this one. Whatevs. Doesn't matter. We're just going with the flow here. Like Bob Ross says, happy little accidents. Why do you love reading? Because I do. I don't know. Because I grew up reading. It's what I've always done, sort of, to keep myself busy, I guess. And it's a really great thing to do. It can transport you to another world. You get to jump inside the mind of other people and live in their little world for a while, because it's fun. It's what would life be without books to read? Life would be so boring. What was the question? Why do I love reading? I love reading because it's what I've always done, and it's a great way to escape what's happening in my own life and go and live in somebody else's little fictional world for a while, or maybe a non-fictional world if I'm reading a non-fiction. But yes, that's why I like reading. What books/series got you into reading? Well, I feel like I've been reading my whole life, but I think the first series of books that I really was really invested in and couldn't wait to read the next one was The Warrior Cats in primary school. If you don't know what The Warrior Cats is, your childhood is missing a crucial element. I feel like that's the first series of books where I was really invested. There's also like the whole Pony Pals trilogy. It was like 20-something books. I was also really into that because when I was a kid, I was a real horse girl. So I feel like that also was a very big deal to me. When did you start reading? I mean, when does a child start reading? I don't know. I feel like I was like 5, 4. I don't know what would have been the first thing that I read. Like my bedtime stories as a child. I didn't read my own bedtime stories. My parents read them to us. But I feel like I would have started reading those once I started reading. So I'm gonna say I was around 4 or 5 when I started reading. Where do you read? Everywhere. I read in bed. I read on the couch. I read on the balcony when the sun's out and it's nice and the wind doesn't decide to blow the entire town away and it's not the middle of winter. I like to read in the car when we're going somewhere that's a very long distance away. I don't know what I'm doing anymore with this painting. I had so many cool plans and now it's just not working like that. What kind of books do you like to read? I read a bit of everything. I don't really know how to describe this. I don't know how to answer this question really, because I kind of just like to read a bit of everything. So it's a little bit difficult for me to answer this question. But mostly, I was going to say fiction and non-fiction. That's all of the books ever. I like a bit of educational non-fiction. I'm not a big history fan, so that's not my jam in the non-fiction sphere or even in the fiction sphere. I enjoy where do I want to put this paint? This painting is turning out to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I like a bit of crime. I like a bit of sci-fi. I'm a thriller fan. I don't know. Books about people. That doesn't really answer the question. This painting is going all kinds of wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question. Please do not come at me for my terrible accent. The next question is, what does your book collection look like? This is another question I don't really know how to answer. I mean, I did a bookshelf tour video, but I've purchased a few books in the time that has passed. At the moment, my book collection is like 50% books that I've borrowed from other people and 50% books that I own. I don't really know how to answer this question. The best thing for you to do would probably be what? I'm not making sense anymore. Would probably be to watch my bookshelf tour video, because that will probably answer this question better than I am right now. I'm gonna add another question on for myself, because I've reached the end of my questions that I wrote down that I found on the internet. My next question to myself is, who are your favorite booktubers? Because I feel like the booktubers that I watch had a lot of influence in making me want to, or decide that I wanted to talk about books on the internet, because I feel like they're not the people that everybody watches. My two booktubers, are there only two? That I watch regularly, to whom I am subscribed, are Ariel Bissett, who is a Canadian booktuber, and Uncarly, or Carly Thorne, but she goes by Uncarly on YouTube, who is also a Canadian booktuber. I feel like we're sensing a theme here. I occasionally watch Jack Edwards. There's too many Jacks on YouTube. I think his surname is Edwards, Jack Edwards. I occasionally watch his videos. I don't watch all of his videos, but I do enjoy a lot of the videos that he makes. But if you enjoyed watching me paint and ramble at the same time, then you'll be glad to know that I do that quite often. Well, I don't paint and ramble quite often, but I do ramble quite often. And if you are interested in hearing my ramblings, you can subscribe to this channel, because that's where I do my ramblings, is on this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me smear a bunch of colors on a paper. There's nothing left for me to say, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I almost did the Uncarly little Korean heart thing. That would not have worked. Anyway, bye.